Good morning. We're on the record? Okay, then we'll go off the record. So this is the ex parte.
Good morning, this is Cynthia.
Good
Hello,
morning. Are you using the speakerphone?
I'm using the speakerphone, yes, so I guess they're having technical difficulties with their Wi-Fi this morning.
Can you use your hotspot on your cell phone?
Never done that, let me see. Let's see. Personal hotspot. I don't want to allow others to join. So I just hit Wi-Fi. It's asking for a Wi-Fi
Yes.
password. Okay. Is it the one that's showing? Or is it another one? Is it yours or is it the one that's showing?
It would be yours. It would be your
Okay.
Wi-Fi hotspot
Okay.
on your cell phone.
Okay. Sorry
We
about all
wouldn't be
this.
privy. No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, it's on maximize capability, but nothing's happening. What's it supposed to, it's just, I'm supposed to come up like a normal picture of the hearing board?
But when you hit the Wi-Fi, then you should be able to connect, link your, or sync your laptop up.
I did hit it, but nothing's happening. It says allow others to join. I don't want to do that, right? I just want to hit the Wi-Fi password, and it's got it, and it's still not working. Nothing's happening. The Wi-Fi password is there, but there's no place to hit enter. It's only done. And I'm hitting the done and nothing's happening.
So then we'll just proceed via telephony.
Okay. And I'll keep on trying.
All right, good morning. We're on the record. I would like to call today's hearing to order. Just for the record, there were two matters previously slated for the docket. One of the cases was taken off calendar, and that was South Kills AQMD versus Laguna Corona LLC, case number 6272-1. 6272-1 is off the calendar. The matter before us today is a short variance, Victory Valero, case number 6277-1. Just before we move into the hearing, and we caught the hearing to order at 9:45 a.m. I would like to ask the clerk if anyone is online and desires to providing public comment or evidentiary testimony.
No.
Thank you. Let the record also reflect that no one is sought recognition from their hearing board in person here in the chambers with respect to providing evidentiary testimony and general public comment. There are two members of the hearing board who are participating remotely, Mr. Pearman and Ms. Verdugo Peralta. Ms. Verdugo Peralta is participating telephonically. Ms. Verdugo Peralta, the usage or the medium you're using is a speakerphone.
Yes,
And so others in the room, if they do join, can also hear the proceeding via that speakerphone, correct?
that's
Okay, are there any individuals there with you today other than Mr. Peralta? Are there persons with you in the room, Ms. Verdugo Peralta? I believe we lost you. Okay, Mr. Pearman, I will make an assumption that your agenda was posted pursuant to the Brown Act?
Yes, sir.
And
No one else is here.
They're very well, very well. We're gonna go ahead and proceed with the case because we're already about 16 minutes past our, about 16 minutes past our time. Who do we have representing the petitioner?
Press your button there.
Pressure, but yes. The name, please, and spell it for the record.
Nadia Masoudi, Nadia Masoudi.
M-A-S.
Oudi.
Okay, Ms. Masoudi. All right. Now, who do we have representing the executive office?
Good morning, Chair Lee, members of the board, Ms. Masoudi, Karen Manwaring, on behalf of the executive officer.
All right. Thank you. Thank you both. Will you have any witnesses just for the record? How about you, Ms. Manwaring? Will you have any
No,
witnesses?
but I believe Ms. Masoudi will want to take the oath.
Okay, very well.
Mhm.
All right, we have one exhibit that we'll mark. It's A1. It's the short variance conditions, A1. And there are no additional exhibits that we will enter into the record today. All right, so why don't we go ahead and administer the witness oath. Now, you are kind of familiar a little bit how this is going to go today.
Just a little bit. It's my first time.
And so we'll be very patient as well as we'll take our time. We're not going to rush this process. And so
Okay.
essentially, you will accept, I presume, the witness oath.
Mhm.
Ms. Manwaring will be able to cross-examine you. And then at a subsequent time, the hearing board members will also be able to ask questions. And then, of course, you can answer if you do have an answer, okay? And so we're not gonna, again, we're not gonna rush the process. We're gonna make sure that you're able to move through this. Any comments from members of the hearing board? All right. Go ahead, go right ahead, sir.
I was just going to say, I think the exhibit should be just A, not A1.
I'm sorry. Mr. Carter, okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So for the record, the exhibit is A, just simply A. All right. And so I would ask you to stand. And you just simply, your microphone's on? Okay. Do you affirm that it's on?
Hello?
There we go.
Is it?
All right. Do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Let the record reflect that the witness has received and accepted the oath. Okay, so at this moment in time, I'm going to turn the floor over to you to present your case.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, even in that, because you did accept the oath, there's again cross-examination, and then there's questions from members of the hearing board. Okay.
Okay.
Provide whatever information you have. You've already accepted the oath. You're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay.
Of course.
All right. The floor is yours.
Okay, so we have this station since 2014. We're operating, we own the station, and we are in compliance with all the testing that is required for the station. And this kind of test is the first time that they do in the station. And my contractor told me it's like kind of like one of a lifetime, they choose one station and they do this test. So we're not that familiar with this, and we don't know anything. I don't know, personally, I don't know anything about it. But they came on the 21st and they did the test. Unfortunately, we didn't pass. Then I called to get the variance where we can operate. We paid the fees. Then I hired the contractor. He came and he removed the blockage because they told me you cannot operate until you remove the blockage, which is he did, and he came, he removed the blockage, and we're operating now. And he's coming tomorrow to do the test again. Hopefully we pass and everything is good. So that's we tried to do it before the test before today, but he was very busy. He couldn't come.
All right, thank you, Ms. Manwaring.
Yes, I'll keep it brief. Good morning. The district was unopposed to the granting of the ex parte emergency variance on August 26th. And we're going to reserve position today, subject to the evidence and testimony presented. Credit to the clerk's office. They did post a 10-day notice. So the original petition was for an emergency ex parte, and I believe today she's seeking a short variance. You may proceed because the clerk did post the 10-day notice on the short. The district anticipates that today's hearing will focus on beyond reasonable control. And to that end, I will be asking Ms. Masudi a few questions to build out her timeline to ascertain whether reasonable measures have been taken since August 26th. We've introduced Exhibit A, the proposed conditions if today's variance is granted. We anticipate hearing, well, you actually already heard it in the opening. So that is our opening, and I'm ready to proceed to questions.
All right. Okay, so at this time, I would assume you want
Yeah.
to provide more context.
Let me,
You wanna
if
ask?
it's okay with the chair, I would ask Ms. Masudi a few questions.
Very well.
Is that
Okay,
okay?
go ahead, yeah.
All right, Ms. Masudi, are you an owner of the station?
Yes,
Okay, and the petition number is -1. Is this your first time here before the hearing board?
first time.
Okay. Do you recall what date you originally called your contractor to come out to remove the blockage?
Yeah, actually, the contractor who did the test on the 21st, he was the same one who came, and the first day when we knew that we didn't pass, he scheduled the station after like a week to come and remove the blockage, which he did.
All right, so the same contractor that removed
Yes.
the blockage
Was the
sometime
same
in the
one.
last 30
Yes.
days will also come back tomorrow to rerun the test?
Yes.
All right. So are you asking for a short variance today?
Just in case, hopefully everything is good tomorrow, but just in case we did not pass, or if we have to fix anything, to repair anything that we have done.
Okay, so how long are you requesting that the short variance last? Until what date?
I don't know usually if they can give it me a month.
Okay, your original petition asked for August 25th, which is a month. Is that your request today?
No, can we get like another month just in case, like we need, like he's gonna run the test, if there's something that we need to fix or we didn't pass, that we can get another month?
That's not up to me. If you think there's facts and uncertainty, you can certainly present that to the hearing board in terms of the term.
Yeah,
If the test is successful tomorrow,
then we're good. We only need a few days just because we have tomorrow. So few days just to email them and give them the result. If did not pass, I might need another month.
do you understand if you pass tomorrow, you will email the clerk to say
Yes,
that you're
we'll
in
email them the
compliance?
result.
All right, and if
and
you
we'll-
don't pass, you'll continue to work with the same contractor?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions for this witness.
Mm.
Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Balakapalan, my microphone was off. The floor is yours.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Masudi. I have we got a permit with your petition.
Mhm.
Which condition of the permit do you know you're in violation of? Which condition number?
I'm not sure.
You
I
know?
told you this is the first time they done this kind of test in the station. So my contractor is dealing with everything because he's been with me for a long time. So he's doing everything.
So
So I know it's a vapor thing. We did not pass the vapor, but then
do you know what test they did? What
The-
kind of testing?
I think it was a vapor test.
Okay.
Something related
Your
to-
petition does state there very specifically TP 201.4 methodology number 6. Where did you get that information from?
Where I
Yeah.
got, they emailed me when they came and the station failed, they emailed me
The
information, yeah, to me and my contractor.
This is the test you have to do. Is that what they said?
My contractor called me because he's scheduling all that testing for me in the station. So he called me and he scheduled, he said, we have this kind of test. This is the first time we're gonna do it in the station. And they emailed him and he scheduled it for me on August 21st.
Do you do annual testing at your station?
I do all kind of testing. Yes, he does he scheduled the station annually for all kind of tests that we need to do. And this one, it's like the first time they've done it in the station, but he does all the testing for me.
So that's why I'm at a little bit of a loss. If this is last year when he did that, did he do this testing?
No, not this one. No, this one, no.
Why not? Do you know? Did he tell you why this particular test was not done?
Yeah, because he said it's not an annual thing, that we don't do it every year.
Okay. So that's why I'm asking, if you look at your permit, you have your copy of your permit with you?
No.
No, okay. Because normally we refer to a permit condition that you need relief from, because, so, and very specific condition number, or, so, what, and so you don't have a copy of the permit. Do you have a copy of the petition with you?
Yeah, they just gave it to me. This one?
Okay. So yeah, at the back of the petition, you see your permit is attached to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you, if you look at that permit, which is N31880, that's your permit, right? Okay. So, and if you look at the section 3, that's the next page of the, on the permit. I think you're going backwards, so.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, you
go
told me
to
at
the
the
page that
back,
says
so yeah.
permit to construct, operate. That's the first page.
First page, okay.
Where it says permit to construct / operate.
Yeah.
Okay, then you on the back side of it, you have section 3, phase 2 vapor recovery system and testing requirements. You see that?
We're talking about number 3 or
section 3.
section 3.
Yeah. On the back page, page 2.
Page 2 section. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Okay.
Okay. Now, okay. So you look at so these are requirements that you should be doing testing. And look at number 10 on that page. It refers to the test method you cited in your petition. If you look at TP 201.4 methodology 6, so there's a reference to that in number 10. Do you see that? Condition 10.
Yeah, I'm reading the phase vapor recovery system, that one.
Yeah, the vapor recovery, the back pressure, and I'm trying to find out what, if he did this test and it didn't pass this particular test, correct? Your back pressure did not meet the limits. Do you have a copy of the failed test report that he provided to you?
I didn't bring it with me, but I might find it in my email.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know. They didn't tell me that I need to bring some documents with me.
Okay. And then I also see condition number 11 also talks about TP 201.4, Exhibit 6, again, which is referred in your petition. So my question to you is, do you need relief from condition 10 and 11 of this permit? Is that what you're seeking relief from these two conditions? Because you didn't meet it and you need time to come into compliance with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there possibility for you to check your email, what your contractor sent you?
I'm trying, but there's no net here though. I was trying to open my email to see what the document that he sent me, but there's no net. I cannot have any.
Yeah,
internet.
there's a free Wi-Fi. You might be able to get into the AQMD Wi-Fi.
So, Mr. Balakaplan, would you like for us to take a recess so the gentle lady can go and gather the emails and send them to the clerk's office?
Yeah,
for you?
I just trying to figure out exactly, unless the district, does the district have
have
an
it?
inspector here who can clarify that, Ms. Menwere?
We did not anticipate having affirmative witnesses today, but on the break, I can certainly reach out to clarify whether it's 10 and 11 or 10 or 11.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and why don't we go off the record for about 14 minutes? We'll come back at 10:15. We're off the record.
Can you go outside and ask anybody if they're having trouble with their Wi-Fi also? Just ask anybody at a desk. Because I'm not getting any. I want to call Eric. I'll just call Eric. Never mind. I'll be back.
Can you guys hear me? Mohan, can you hear me? Okay, thank you.
Mr. Pearman? There he is. We're back on the record at 10:15 a.m. Okay,
I
Mr.
was also able to fix the technical guys here were able to fix the problem, so I'm attending via regular Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Balakapalan is controlling the floor, sir.
Ms. Manring has an update.
Mr. Waring, the floor is yours, ma'am.
The district's position is that the facility needs relief from permit condition 10 and rule 461E5. Technically, the permit condition doesn't need relief. It requires a test be performed. It's Rule 461E5 that prohibits a facility from operating if a test hasn't passed. So the facility needs relief from 461E5 because it did not pass the test required by condition 10.
Thank you, Mr. Balakapalan.
Ms.
Your microphone up, sir.
Oh,
Very well.
Ms. Masudi, so I reread, I think I missed that portion. It looks like, and it looks like an AQMD inspector asked you to conduct this test because you could not produce document that you had conducted this
That
test
we've done it
previously.
before, yes.
And so,
Mhm.
so that's why, and so that's why you scheduled this testing because the AQMD inspector told you to
Yes.
provide evidence that you.
Yeah, they looked at the history of the station. They said they've never done this kind of test, so they scheduled it for us.
I wish an inspector was here because there is what's called a performance test. Initially, when a station is first set up, and then there's a re-verification, which is done based on your throughput
Mhm.
annually or semi-annually. Okay, so and condition 10, there's certain amount of when they tested the back pressure, so it does appear. So you are not meeting that back pressure that is listed in one of the condition 10, or you're exceeding it. Were you able to find the report that
No, it looks
No.
like they didn't send it to me. Probably they emailed it to my contractor and I couldn't get a hold of him.
all right. So, okay. And when you say that they did some repairs, they came back to do some repairs?
To remove the blockage, yes.
What plug?
Blockage, they said
Oh,
that.
blockage.
Blockage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Where was the blockage? Do you know?
no,
And how long the blockage has been there?
I don't know because
No.
that's the first time we've
Okay.
known about it.
All right. So they removed the blockage.
Mhm.
And did they give you, so now that when did they remove that blockage?
A week after the test,
Week after the test?
yeah.
So between then and a week after that, they couldn't do the tests right after that?
No, he couldn't, he's very busy.
Busy?
I told him, yeah, please do it before the hearing, but he couldn't come before.
He couldn't come, okay. So that's why you scheduled for
Yes.
tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
All right. And it also says this is blockage on the 87 unleaded line. Is that what it is? What other products do you have, you sell
I
at the
have-
gas station?
Yeah, I have 8791, 8991 and diesel,
And diesel, okay. So this is just isolated to the 87
just 87, yeah.
blockage, okay. And okay, each of the nozzles have all three, right? I mean, not two. Basically, how many dispensers do you have?
I
at
have
your
4
station?
dispensers.
4, and each one can do 8791 and
No, for the diesel, I only have 2 has diesels.
2 F diesel,
Yeah.
but the
The
other,
other has everything.
everything,
yeah.
okay. Okay. And you don't know how long this problem has been going on?
No.
No, all right. And unfortunately, okay, because I'm trying to see if there were any excess emissions because you were not meeting the back pressure and the blockage, and so there could potentially be control issues, but we have no way of quantifying that. Okay. So once he does the test tomorrow, he will they know
the-
right away it's a pass or fail, correct?
Yeah,
And then you will notify
then
the,
we'll notify the district. Yes.
okay. So I'm going to look at the, you got the proposed condition A.
Which one is that?
The proposed condition, have you seen that, the one you got this morning? Yes. So you, so this one says the testing shall be done in presence of a AQMD inspector. Have you notified well, I guess they notified in a sense today by this hearing, but do you know if an inspector will be there tomorrow?
Well, my contractor told me I'm coming tomorrow. He didn't tell me about the AQMD person, if they're coming with him. I'm sure he knows, but he didn't tell me.
It didn't tell- Because the testing shall be conducted, if you look at condition number 4 of the,
Yeah, petition shall
in the
testing.
presence of an AQMD inspector.
Okay.
So if an AQMD inspector is not there, then you're violating this condition, you know.
Okay.
So,
I'll make sure, I'll talk to him. I'll make sure that
Okay, because if
he
you-
talked to someone from the office, yeah.
Okay. And this doesn't tell, okay, compliance with 461E5. 461E5, let me just quick, okay, all right. But other than that, you agree with all the conditions that is proposed?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
All right.
I have questions, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Verdugo Peralta.
Thank you. Ms. Masudi, how long have you owned that business?
Since 2014.
Since 2014. Okay, so 11 years.
Mhm.
And in those 11 years, you never thought about what your responsibility was regarding the South Coast AQMD?
I have my contractor. Usually I pay them to do all these things for me. So they, schedule the testing for me. They come and they deal with everything.
But you don't get involved and you don't ask them what they're doing and why they're doing it. Is that right?
No, I do. I'm there all the time. And when they do the test, I'm there. But some terms like it's just that I'm not familiar with, even like if they repeat it, it's just terms and conditions, stuff that I'm not familiar, even if they mention it in front of me, I wouldn't know what they're talking about. But I know like we are in compliance with all the testing that we need to do, and we pass everything. That's what.
Well, okay, I understand that, but as a business owner, I would think that you would want to know, because it's ultimately going to affect you like it has now that you're having to come before the South Coast AQMD. So I would at the very least ask more questions of your contractor so that you know exactly what he's doing and why he's doing it. And that, the inspectors can come at any time and come out to your facility, which it seems that happened, and check out whether you have your permit posted. Do you have your permit posted?
Yes.
Okay, good. And to know that, that has to be paid every year, that
Mhm.
you have to comply with the conditions, and it just seems like you're just so unaware of what's going on.
But
That
I
this
just
is
leave it
why
to my
you're in this.
contractor. But I just leave
I
it.
understand that, ma'am. I understand that, but it's also your responsibility as the owner to know what's going on, and so that you won't be in a situation like this. And we do have a small business assistance division that can help you with that in the future. But, you're in a situation that you're having to do this test, and unless the test is done, they may shut down the business, and
Mhm.
which I know that you don't want.
No, I
So
don't
I'm-
want that. Yeah.
Right.
But
So
you
I'm
are
just
right.
trying.
I shouldn't count on my contractors for everything.
Well, yeah, possibly.
This is the
I'm
first
not
time of
saying
rain.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you to be much more involved so that you don't run into this situation again. And like I said, if you do need assistance, there is assistance at the South Coast AQMD that you can call upon to ask those questions.
All right, good. No, I agree with you. I should be more
Okay.
involved in this.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Dr. Abraham.
I have just a question for the district. Thank you for clarifying that about that rule 461.E5. When you talk to the inspector, do you know if they are planning on coming tomorrow? And is it usual to include that language that it is conducted in the presence of the inspector?
During the 15-minute break, I was able to reach out to the inspectors that are familiar with the facility that helped draft these conditions. They stepped out of a meeting to clarify the condition. I did not then ask the next question, will you be available to view the test tomorrow? So Ms.
But the
Masudi will need to
inspector is
coordinate.
aware of that condition, and it sounds like the inspector should be present.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, the inspectors drafted that condition, and I appreciate the board member reminding Ms. Masudi that she also needs to coordinate with the district, which also bodes to, if the board's inclined to grant the variance, to go beyond the 25th of when the contractor is going to rerun the test.
I'm not familiar with this type of condition usually. So again, from your experience, that is a stipulation that usually is included, that it is.
Yeah, failed back pressure tests are a fairly standard set of conditions.
But with the inspector present.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Balakapalan.
Ms. Masudi, when was the AQMD inspector at your facility? When did he, do you have the record when he was at your facility?
Yeah, they were in August 21st.
August 23.
21st. This is the test. When they did the test, it was August 21st.
No, I know, but when did the inspector show up at your facility?
What do you mean?
Okay, let me ask you, have you received any kind of notice from the inspector, violation notice to comply?
No,
Okay,
they just scheduled, they said, okay, they just scheduled the station for the testing. None of them, they just show up to the station randomly. I've never
Yeah.
seen anyone just come randomly. They only come when we have tests and they check our books.
yeah, so, okay, you don't recall getting a notice of violation?
For this test?
Not for this test, but for other issues at your gas station?
No.
Okay. Who would they give the notice of violation to other than you at the facility? If you're not there, will they give it to somebody else?
No, unless they drop it off, but
Oh.
usually my employees, they would give it to me if they drop it off, but I've never seen.
Okay. The reason I'm asking you is since this came up, I looked up on the system and it appears on the from May 7th, you got a notice of violation this year for one of the booths, one of the nozzles not operating properly. But it's not relevant to this case, this particular issue. But I'm wondering if that's when the inspector showed up at your facility.
Yeah, we had another test. They did another test, I guess, because we had to change the nozzle and the breakaway and all that. They say that it's not right. When they do the test and they see anything that we need to fix, we fix it right there.
But excuse me, one question, Mr. Balakapalan, I'm just kind of curious, how is that germane to the case before us today?
Well, I am trying to figure out when the inspector was there and what he told her, and what he observed.
Right, but Ms. Manwaring offered sage advice and somewhat of a thesis, and that is reasonable control. And so the inspector arrived on a particular date, determined based upon the fact that the petitioner performed and failed a 201.4 methodology 6 test for the vapor recovery system. It's out of her reasonable control. She sought an ex parte. The ex parte was granted. And then now we're moving on to the short variance. So I'm not for sure how it helps the process to recreate a historical analysis for which was never tendered by any side. I've not read any documentation from the district or in the petition that the inspector arrived prior to this date and how that actually has.
And that was my question, because if you recall, asking when did the inspector arrive? So that is missing component in the petition. It says AQMD inspector asked us to conduct the test. So was it, what date did he, that's what was my question. What date did he show up at your facility and ask you to conduct this test?
Yeah, I would tell you that they never show up to the station unless we have tests to do. So if they came on May, that means that they scheduled for one kind of test that we have to do, and they come and they do the test and they check everything. Probably at that time we had to fix that nozzle, and we did.
And
They don't come randomly to the station.
Okay, so my question is, do you recall what date specifically the inspector was there?
No, I don't remember the date.
Okay, that was my question, because your petition says AQMD inspector asked us to conduct the test, but he didn't say when.
No, I don't remember the date.
All right.
Well, let me ask you this question. When you conducted the test on 8/21/2025, was the inspector present?
Yes.
So was this a scheduled test, or was this an impromptu? He came just out of the blue, he pulls up.
No,
Okay,
it
so
was
this was scheduled.
Scheduled, yes,
So just so we're clear,
yes,
you scheduled this test on this day.
yes,
He came,
uh-huh,
you conducted
yes,
the test on the vapor system. You failed.
yes.
Okay. And then you sought the ex parte.
Mhm.
Okay. How did you know to contact AQMD for the ex parte? Was it your consultant?
I know it was the lady that she was from the AQMD.
Okay.
She was at the station. We were talking, me and her, and she guided me through the process.
I just want to establish the fact that you have been responsible
Yes.
and you've worked very
Yes,
collaboratively.
I told
with
her
AQMD.
I'm always there. Anytime there is a test, I'm always at the station. But there's some terms that I'm not familiar with that my contractor is dealing with, but I'm always dealing with everything, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. Okay. Very well. Any additional questions or comments? Okay. Down to closing. Why don't you go ahead and provide some closing comments or closing statements? And then Ms. Manwaring will provide closing, and then the hearing board will then deliberate and vote.
Well, yeah, but at the end, I just wanted to like to get whatever time that I need just in case that something happened tomorrow and we did not pass. We just need extra time to be able to operate until we fix it.
Okay, Ms. Manwaring?
Thank you. It's quite unfortunate that the contractor wasn't able to get back to the facility to conduct the test prior to today. With that said, based on the testimony of the witness and the actions taken from the time the ex parte was granted until today, it seems that reasonable measures were taken to bring the facility into compliance, and the district is unopposed to granting a short variance. We note the petition requests the variance through October 25th, which is 30 days from today. We have no objection, subject to the conditions as established in Exhibit A.
Members of the hearing board?
Go ahead. I can find good cause to grant the short variance, and I'm also comfortable granting the 60 days if you think you need the 2 months, but 30 days also works. So I know we've heard two different things from the district, 30, and from the petitioner, 60. Is there?
If the petitioner wants to amend her request to 60 days, the district would not object. We're hopeful that test passed tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
I say we give her, I believe we give her 60 days. Mr. Balakapalan?
Yeah, I'm just going to say it's not good cause. We have to make the 6 findings because it's a short variance. We know the petitioner is in violation of the rule, at least. And I also believe she's in condition number 10, or specifically because there's a requirement to meet certain back pressure, and we don't have the results in front of us of the failed test to know whether that was the case. But I'm inclined to provide relief to based on the test method that was cited in the petition. Both condition also include, besides the rule, condition 10 and 11 of the permit to operate. So they covered. So the variance covers it unless there's an objection from the district. So, but it also appears from what when I looked up that the petition said you didn't get indicated she didn't get a notice of violation. It does appear she did get a notice of violation. So there's a little bit of inconsistency with the petitioner remembers of the events that occurred and the testing and so forth. So that's a little bit of an issue. But nevertheless, let me go through the 6 findings. The petitioner is in violation.
Well, Mr. Balakapalan, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but before you do go through the 6 findings, are you going to let any of the rest of us make some comments, or were you just going to go into
my 6 findings?
Okay. Okay.
I'm not making the motion. I'm just making
Okay.
whether I can make the 6 findings to grant it.
Okay. I'll wait till after.
Thank
you.
Because it's not good cause. That's why I just figured I'd better go through that. So the one is whether in violation. So I think according to the condition, it's 461E5, which E5 says, shall not operate or resume operation unless they've successfully passed the performance or re-verification test. I believe my understanding is it's a re-verification test, so they did not pass that. Non-compliance beyond the control of the petitioner. I think that's what Ms. Manwaring was alluding to. I think they didn't realize that there was a blockage, which is unfortunate. So, so that and I think harm to the petitioner does over the benefit to the quality. With the mission associated, unfortunately, we don't know how long this issue has been going on and the blockage, whether there were excessive emissions and so forth. I'm not in a position to quantify that. But petitioner has given consideration to curtailing operation. I haven't seen anything regarding that. Nevertheless, and petitioner will reduce excess emission to the maximum extent possible. So we don't see anything regarding that either. And petitioner will monitor or quantify emission levels. However, I'm assuming that there is a system in place that will keep the records of the throughput and the I'm trying to think of the system there. That's the term for it. And this is how long I've not handled this. The vapor recovery system and the Vida route filter processing. So you have there's a term for it, and for the moment it escapes my mind, but there's a system in place that monitors all the parameters that going on at the landfill. I mean, at the gas station.
Yeah, I do have a guy who comes monthly to does all these things. Yeah.
So I understand this. Things are not very clear, at least to me. But I understand this: the petitioner is not very familiar with the process and to the board, and is not well prepared for it. But I'm not going to hold it against you. So I will go and reluctantly, I'll make the 6th finding because you have scheduled a test tomorrow. And hopefully you'll pass. So that's all I had to say.
All right, Ms. Verdugo-Prout.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, Ms. Masuda, I would caution you to be more involved with your business so that you don't run into this situation again in the future, and that you do acquaint yourself with what the test is, what it's for, what the results are, how it can affect your business if it doesn't pass, etc. I too have some reluctance, but it's only because I know that you need to get more involved. And I think if you were more involved, I don't think this would have happened. You would have gotten on the contractor and told him he needed to do whatever it is, regarding the testing, and get it done on time. But I am not going to vote against this because I think 60 days gives you enough time to resolve all this, hopefully. And hopefully, like I said, in the future, if you do have any issues or questions, call the AQMD. Thank you.
Thanks.
I agree for the reasons stated by the doctor that we can grant the short variance requested.
And I too concur that the 6 findings were indeed met. But I have to just clarify, the petitioners was not at fault. And she has been responsible and she has been diligent. This was a test that was scheduled with an AQMD inspector. They failed the test. So I don't want there to be a prevailing belief or a notion that the business owner has been derelict in her responsibility. I want to be very clear. This was a scheduled test. She/her gas station failed, which could happen within any of the cities within the jurisdiction of the South Coast Air Quality Management District. So she has been responsible, she has been responsive, and she's been very collegial and amenable to the suggestions of the district and working in concert with the executive office. And so I want that to be clear. I want her to walk out of here under the notion, strike that. I want her to walk out of here knowing that she's not being chided for doing something wrong. Dr. Abraham, floor is yours.
Appreciate it.
I'd like
Thanks.
to make a motion. So given that we find the 6 findings needed, I'd like to motion that in the matter of case number 6277-1, facility ID number 179162. Victory Valero, located at 13666 Victory Boulevard, Van Nuys, 91401, that we grant the short variance from AQMD Rule 461, Section E5, and that there's no specific equipment here. We do not have any emissions calculated. There are no fees associated, and that we grant this short variance for 60 days from today, which would be November 21st, 2025. And with that, that is my motion.
And just a clarification, if Dr. Abraham, you're giving them additional days beyond what they asked for, is that what you?
They had asked for 60 days. The district said 30. I think initially they said 30, but today we heard maybe it's safer to do 60 in the event they find something tomorrow and gives them time to.
We have to back calculate this is a short variance, total is 90 days. So it starts from the date they got the
First.
emergency ex parte.
Okay.
So you don't want to go beyond that. So that we just,
So let's do 90 days from when the ex parte was granted, which was August 26th. So that gives us 60 days from September 24th. November 23rd.
yeah. And if I may amend as I mentioned in my deliberation, that I think we probably should give them, even though they didn't ask for it, relief from condition 10 and 11 of the permit number N31880.
That's fine. That's friendly.
The district has no position on that. They have no position.
So he's simply adding that as an addendum. The motion will be revised. I second the motion, inclusive of that which Dr. Abraham proffered, as well as the amendment that Mr. Balakapalan tendered. Any further question or discussion on the motion as presented with the amendment? All right, hearing none, Dr. Abraham, your vote.
Aye.
Ms. Verdugo-Prout,
Aye.
Mr. Balakapalan.
Aye.
Mr. Kerman.
Aye.
Ali votes in the affirmative. The matter is hereby approved unanimously. Thank you very kindly. Ms. Manwaring?
Just before we go off the record, I just wanted to share that during deliberation, the compliance staff verified they're aware of the test and they will be there tomorrow to observe.
On the record, on the money. Thank you. We're off the record now at 10:43 a.m. Have a phenomenal morning.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right.
We're done here? Thank you.